Welcome to LC2's coverage of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series racing, brought to you by Pop Rocks Accessories, along with Suicide Runners, with the Fish Burners, the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. Racing here live tonight from Dover Downs, Delaware, for race number 10 of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series, alongside fellow commentator Stephen Gale, making his return tonight. Stephen, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good myself on this pretty good Sunday evening here. Getting ready to kick off 1 mile oval racetrack here, but we're doing 175 laps. Stage 1 ends lap 50, stage 2 ends on lap 100, so make sure you watch out for that. And we're going to get here, getting ready to show your starting grid. So on the pole, Just Wilson, as I said, he will start first. On his outside, Chase Berry. Jeffrey Meyer, he will start third, and Steven Sims, I believe, making his first start this week. He will start fourth in the number 6 machine. Jim Ott, number 8, he's starting P5, and CJ Gates, 13th. Blaze Tam, he's going to start 7th. Donald Floyd in 8th. And then running out your field is Roy Atchison, bringing up the rear of the field. I do see Greg Floyd behind him, so, and also Donald Floyd, so. But, just going to get ready here. Pace car going to make the hard off turn down onto pit lane. There it goes.
And
Field's in the hand of Justin Wilson, and here comes the green flag. It's out. We're underway here.
green.
Race number 10.
Justin gets a really good launch.
Chase Berry going to clear off second, or side by side for third here between Jeffrey Meyer and looks like Steven Sims. Steven Sims is in the wall just a bit. Kind of freaks out the field as they all fan on down here. Top 2 making a big gap. Blaze Tam, he's going to just tap the wall and entry there. That's another thing. This track's named the Monster Mile. That wall comes out of nowhere and just kind of bites you on the exit. So you got to be careful, always. You will end up in the in that wall, and you will end up going for a spin.
And Justin basically just left the field already in lap 2.
Yeah, Justin looking to try to continue his hot streak. We won 4 straight races. Came third at Talladega. Looking to try to get a win streak going once again here.
Roy had a problem. Roy wrecked.
Oh yeah, Roy in the front stretch. A lot of damage to his car. We're gonna take a look back at here. What happened?
Caution's not out.
And no caution. Oh, so he actually spun. He actually spun here on the front stretch. He came off the corner, and Blaze Tam actually hit the wall. He bounced off Blaze Tam, hit the inside wall hard, spun all the way around, and then got back going straight. No caution out for that. Interesting.
And that will basically end Roy's day.
Yeah, he's gonna head to pit road now.
That's the Monster Mile for you.
Dover comes and bites you. So yeah, Blaze Tam, you saw him hit the wall like the first couple laps there. As you see CJ Gates has quite a bit of damage here. So a lot of guys getting damage early on in this one.
Well, that's just basically Dover for you.
Yeah.
In that one, it's just you just start a domino effect.
It's a dream killer, that's for sure. Also, another thing to mention, if you do not know, if you do not use iRacing, iRacing had a new update last Tuesday, a new build. They do that every quarter of a year, so upgraded the setups, upgraded a bunch of stuff. So a lot of things are different. There's also a new rule, which isn't really new for this series since it was already in place. You must exit on the back straightaway, otherwise you will get black flagged. And you see that blue line and cone back there as it just went by it here. There it is right again, once again. That blue line and cone, that marks when you can officially come back up onto the racing surface. So otherwise you will get a stop and go penalty. So you're gonna probably see some guys get bit by that here tonight.
Oh, I actually know they added that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So like I said, not a huge big difference in this league since I already had that. Granted, before the penalty was a points deduction after the race, whereas now it's an actual black flag by iRacing. So gonna be interesting. I'm sure somebody's gonna get that, especially at this track, where it's pretty small, as you placed him. He's heading to pit road here.
Looking back, he had a lot of damage.
Yeah, the 23, he headed to pit road, so he already got Blaze Tatum a lap down. Where Atchison, he's already pulled off for the night. He's already several laps down, just sitting in the pit road. Again, his damage fixed, or he just gave up at this point. Not quite sure which, but. So Justin Wilson, he's way out front. Jeff Meyer, he moves at the second position. Meanwhile, Steven Sims and Chase Berry, they're side by side here for third.
Justin's about to pull it to a 1 second lead over Jeffrey.
So we have about 40 laps to go here in stage 1.
No, it's like everyone else. Doesn't have much damage.
Yeah, I saw the 13.
7 hit the wall.
The 13 does have some damage on his right side, but besides that, there's not a whole lot. Some guys, you know, the right front fender's bent, but that's just over for you.
There's only 8 cars that are on the lead lap that aren't really out of the race yet.
Another thing to look at as we ride on the gyro cam here with the 8 machine Jim Ott. The banking at this racetrack, it is banked all the way around. The straightaways, they are also banked. It's what we call a self-cleaning racetrack. Basically, if you see a car go from the top of the racetrack, they slide down, they're going to slide down into the inside wall. And there's nothing that you can really do as a driver except just hold the brake and hope that you can miss it, which does not happen very often, but...
And it looks like the 42 is coming down pit road.
Donald Floyd is going to hit the pit road here with quite a bit of right side damage, so I'm guessing it's kind of an unscheduled pit stop here.
And we do have green flag.
Oh, and a crash. The 7 machine. Greg Floyd going to come back on the racetrack. Oh, heavy damage. 13 machine involved. That's going to take them both out of the race, I believe. We saw that live right there. Entering turn 3, the 7 machine wrecked, came up the racetrack, and nowhere to go for the 13 machine of CJ Gates. Meanwhile, Donald Floyd has disconnected and hit the 42 machine. Take a look back at what happened here to Greg Floyd, as you can see them discussing it over the radio. He already has a little bit of damage. Comes off the corner here, hits the wall, just gets sideways, goes into the inside wall as we were just talking about. And I think he locked up the brakes. He tried to get it back going again. He slid up the racetrack into the outside wall. He actually put it in reverse. Went down the racetrack. Was kind of, I'm guessing, kind of surprised why there's no caution. Leaders go by. He gets going. I think he just nailed the gas a little bit too hard. Goes up the racetrack, and CJ Gates is nowhere to go. Gets in the back of him. Very, very odd crash to bring out the first caution here tonight.
And that's going to end both of their nights.
Yeah, heavy, heavy damage, both of them.
I'm just curious why he just went out the track. Either something must have happened.
I think he was just trying to get back to pit road, and I think he was also kind of expecting there to be a caution, and he just got back on the gas, and the car just kind of got out from underneath him because you saw him spin the tires. He goes up the racetrack because Yates just gets surprised, doesn't really have anywhere to go, just heavy, heavy contact in the back of him right there.
It sucks for CJ Gates because that's gonna basically put him out of the race.
Yeah, he was in P6 at that moment, so.
And it only looks like at the moment in time, 5 cars are gonna be on the track.
Field already thinning down as we only had 11 gyros at the
halfway
start.
through our field.
So we're on board now with the 7 machine. On the gyro cam. Yeah, I think he got back on the gas. He spun up the racetrack. I think at that point he's kind of surprised why there was no caution, really, because, I mean, he, he had been spun around. We didn't see a caution out for Roy Atchison when he wrecked earlier. I think, yeah, he just got back on the gas. Car came from underneath him, and then all of a sudden the 13th, there's nowhere to go. Makes heavy contact in the back room, but that's going to end both their nights, so unfortunately,
Only 5 cars are on the track. I think the winner of this race is going to be more down the pit strategy and just pitting himself if it is a green flag.
I'm not quite sure how many laps they can make it. I think they can make it about 80 laps. The last stage is 75 laps, so I think they should be good without making a green flag pit stop all race long.
Ah, darn. Green flag pit stops here are fun to watch.
It's also very difficult.
That's why it's fun.
That's true. But as we currently pace under caution, we're going to go to our brand new side-by-side action here, as I created it a few days ago. So you're going to check it out here, and we're going to be right back after these messages.
When I was 16 years old, I was working in a Goodyear tire store, and my boss actually built an old dirt car, street stock Monte Carlo. Went with him one night, fell in love with it. It was a hell of a race, hell of a party, and a big fight afterwards. I was like, this is it. This is it for me. It wasn't long after that, I was driving an old 78 Camaro out of the weeds at that guy's farm. We pulled that thing out and made a race car out of it, and away we went. You know, I think a driver has more to do with the equation going back and racing dirt, whether it's a modified, a late model. You can do more with the race car. You know, the harder you drive it, a lot of times, the better it goes. You can crawl up on that wheel and feel like you made the difference.
Back here live from Dover International Speedway. Side-by-side was short-lived, as I didn't realize how fast I got back to green here, but Justin Wilson going to lead the field of 5 cars back to the green flag here. His pace car breaks her off turn down onto pit lane. And wait for the...
This race is going to be about survival.
Basically, a 58. He's going to nail the gas here shortly. There he goes. Green flag's back out. Some wheel spin. Wow.
Wheel spin, but the 50 car.
The 50, Jeff Meyer nailed the restart pretty good. Granted, he still didn't quite much ground as he wanted to, but as Chase Berry gonna fall.
Got wheel spin there.
Yeah, that was pretty good job by all of them though. Not to spin it. That was almost a big disaster right there. But you know, Justin Wilson, he's just gonna pull away here ahead of Jeffrey Meyer already in the first lap by over a half a second. Meanwhile, looks like Steven Sims, his first start, running here in P3. Got Jim Ott now in the number 8 machine, since there was a bit of a mess up in the session, so the numbers got kind of messed up. If you didn't notice, Chase Berry though, he's running here there, P5, last car left in the race rather. I was gonna say lead lap, but
spaced out, so
yep, everybody pretty much.
Avon's pretty spaced out.
Everybody pretty much spaced out, so unless there's a caution, which way it is right now, unless somebody just wrecks themselves, which could happen. It is Dover after all, but we have little under.
We saw a lot of that already.
Yeah, little under 30 laps to go here until the end of stage 1.
The 50 car is catching the 58. He did gain.
Yeah, he got about half a tenth right there. And actually, he's getting another little bit tenth right there. Question is, I know the 58. I know what he likes to do. After watching for a few last weeks, he likes to save his tires early on a run, so it gets more speed in the exits. That might be what's happening here, but.
And the 58 is on the 58's bumper.
Jeffrey Meyer looking to try to get around Justin Wilson for the moment. However, Dover is a pretty tough place to pass. This inside lane is pretty crucial. As Jeffrey Meyer, though, continues to look to find a place to get around him here. Right in the rear bumper of the 58 machine as they come out of turn 2 here.
The 50 will get that run. Not enough.
There's the 50 machine
down low.
Inside of the 58. Here it comes to the bottom. Looking to try to get a lap lead here. Not quite able to make that move as 58 gets to run on the high side. 58 leaves the door open for the 50 on the inside. And Jeff Meyer
the lead.
Jeffrey Meyer to the race lead now. Don't look now at 58, still trying to pressure him a bit. Again, I think, honestly, that's just kind of more so Justin's driving style. He knows it's kind of early on the run. He knows that they're probably going to stay green. So I think he's just trying to save his tires right now so he can set it up for the end of the stage. But
that's what I think he should do it.
Because, I mean, we've seen him, you know, he got the pole. He's been fast ever since he joined this league. I mean, it could just be that, you know, maybe he's a little slower, but I think based off what I've heard him do in interviews and whatnot, you know, he's just trying to save his tires. See, the 50 really overshoot the corner right there. That let the 58 catch him a lot.
The people at the back, the 8 and the 6 car, Jim and Steven, are both hoping to keep battling.
They wouldn't mind, yeah, they wouldn't mind getting up here and trying to maybe go for the stage win, as it looks like we have about 12 laps left to go here. I believe, no, 22 laps left to go. In stage 1. So we have all Chevys out here now. 5 cars, all Chevy Camaros. Yeah, 50 drives out the racetrack once again. Here goes a 50. 58 underneath. Justin looking to try to get around him.
But the 50 has that outside.
50 has the momentum. 58 just carries the speed faster. He's going to clear the 50.
And the 58 takes the lead again.
Just Wilson back out front here with 20 laps left to go here in stage 1. So the 50.
And the 6 is below the 8.
50 making some aggressive moves early on here, but so you got 2 cars up front, 2 cars battling behind them. And then you just got Chase Berry all by himself there. Last car on track, still racing, that is. 50 looking to maybe try to pull a bump and run here on the 58 machine. He keeps getting a run kind of into the corner, but just doesn't quite get that good exit that Justin's getting. It's going to be interesting to see at the end, you know, will he be willing to, you know, maybe make the 58 a little bit mad and just kind of bump and run him, or gonna try to race him clean,
I think
or
a bump and run is happening. I just think they're gonna wait for that.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's early on. They're just trying to, you know, they're racing for fun out here probably right now. Oh, here goes the 50. Get a check up right there. I think he kind of entered a little bit too hot right there. Cost quite a bit of time on exit, but
he gained a good amount from that too, surprisingly. He didn't lose that much time.
I think right now, though, he's really burning his tires up as we have 16 laps left to go here in stage 1. I think he's just kind of really burning his tires up doing that, which is not, you know, obviously good for him. As you see, Blaze Tame return back to the track here. Several laps down.
But 23 will gain a couple positions if he just stays out and doesn't wreck. So that's good for him, at least.
That's true, yeah. He's P9 right now, 25 laps down. So he can gain a couple spots off Cheesy Gates, Greg Floyd, and some of these guys get knocked out. Donald Floyd. So
He has no chance to do anything else.
Nah, he's going to win it.
Actually, he still could, honestly.
If you run 25 caution. If you get 25 cautions. If you get 25 cautions, yes. Or if
everyone wrecks.
Everybody wrecks, and so, yeah.
So don't count him out yet.
Yeah, I think Jeffrey kind of just burned his tires up a bit, as you see him falling back now, about half second back.
And I do think Roy will get back on the field once his car is fully repaired. We might see him back out, maybe.
Yeah, you're gonna see some guys here. You know, they're all racing for points. I'm not quite sure if it was a chase or not. So, I don't think there is a chase at all. So, obviously, every point counts for the championship.
But 23 is going to continue doing laps. pass everyone else.
It was P9. He's already looking to move up to P8 next time by once he passes the 42 cars. So that's another point for gaining another position. I think he should easily gain spot passing Greg Floyd and then also CJ Gates. So you get up to 6th place actually. Where it looks right now. So gains with 3 spots.
Yeah, and if Roy gets back, he should be able to get 7th. But once again, everyone has spaced out.
I do hear a car comp. Yep,
right. The 11 is count up to the 6. The 6 did something wrong.
There's
11th up to him.
There's Roy. He's gonna return back to the track. 37 laps down. Looks like. Chase Berry on the back bumper of the 6th machine now. Look, we're trying to make a move on him now for P4. Goes under inside. I'm gonna see if we can clear him here.
Oh, and the 6 gets into the wall.
Super Machine in the wall. I think he's just kind of struggling right now on old tires. So the Super Machine back to 5th place now as
he just needs to survive 10 more laps.
Yep. Actually, 9's coming around this time. So Justin Wilson will try to continue his dominance that he's had. Actually,
23 will get that 6th position this lap.
We're Atchison 35 laps down, so he's going to gain some spots here pretty soon. Yep, there goes place team. He's going to move to P6.
Still not a bad race from him. At least he made it up that time. I think that 6th car is just really tight right now and begging for a caution.
Yeah, I think he was kind of charging early on in the stage, and much like Jeffrey Meyer, and you know, trying to get everything out that he could, and just didn't really set it for the long run. That's what's costing him now, but it's all good because we have a stage caution coming up here in 7 laps, so not gonna hurt him.
Jim Ott is catching Jeffrey. So it's like interesting for that 2nd place. And yeah, just like I think the 50 did burn his tires trying to pass Justin.
That's what's really Justin kind of, you know, he realized that Jeffrey wasn't really trying to save, and he just, you know, let him by. And then once he kind of figured he wanted to get going, he passed him back. Then he tried saving again and kind of held up the 50 machine, and then you know, kind of got back ahead, and now he's pulling away. So come up to 5 laps to go. Jeffrey Meyer looking to try to keep that 2nd spot from Jim Ott, but you see right there, he's just sliding up the racetrack. His tires are so burnt. He's just struggling out there. So the 50 size of the track. Here comes the 8 down low. Gonna easily clear him here.
And the 8 will clear him and take 2nd place.
So Jim Ott up to P2 now with just 4 laps to go here in stage 1. Jeffrey Meyer falling back to P3, and it should be good there. Chase Berry's quite a ways back. And you got Atchison here returning back to the track.
Sims is 6 seconds back. Yeah, I think Steven just having a really hard time with those old tires.
Steven Sims, yep, it's P6 right there. Definitely struggling. Got some right side damage from getting that wall and exit a couple times. We saw him do it once at least, so actually a couple times so far. So he, I'm sure he's more eager to get the stage caution than anybody else on the track right now. But
and when the caution comes out, Blaze 10 will be the lucky dog.
Just one of those laps he needs back. I'm telling you, he's gonna win this thing.
Oh yeah.
He'll just be 24 down at that point.
Anything's possible.
Alright, coming around now. 1 lap to go to the end of stage 1. Justin Wilson, a 2.5-second lead back to Jim Ott, so smooth sailing here. Looking for yet another stage victory. Feel like we're watching Mario Chuchino right here. So races his way through 3 and 4. Comes off turn 4, has led 45 laps, and they pick up stage 1 victory. So now we wait. There's the caution immediately. So Jess Wilson comes out first. Jim Ott gonna finish P2. Jeff Meyer third. Chase Berry. And then you got Steven Sims on the lap. So show your results here.
Blaze, Tatum, CJ, then Roy. Roy should be able to pass CJ during the caution lap, so Roy will be 7th place.
Not quite sure if the guys who were, 20 plus laps down will get points or not. I mean, considering, I don't know. So Blaze to M68, 7th for Atchison, Greg Floyd, and then Donald Floyd on your top 10. So
I'm just curious who's gonna be the one that's gonna do 2-tire stop.
yeah,
if anyone's actually gonna do that.
I don't know. I think these guys are begging for tires at this point. So, and I think it's also kind of early on to make some strategy, and there's not enough people on track to make it work. So we're gonna see though. We've seen some of these guys have had struggles, and pit road, Dover pit road's pretty tough pit road to get onto and get off of. So it's gonna be interesting. And but the blue cone, you actually do it under caution too. So
well, at least the speeding penalty won't really matter.
yeah, we sent back to 5th place. But here they come down on pit road now. I'm gonna see who can get the best pit stop. There's Jess Wilson will leave him down. Jim Ott right there in 2nd.
Here they come.
As they get revved up here, looking to finish the tires. Just Wilson gonna pull off first. And it looks like
50 will beat off the 8.
Jeffrey Meyer gonna get 2nd. Actually, maybe not. I think he let the Jim Ott by at the last second right there, looking to maybe thinking, maybe I don't want the outside, maybe he wants the inside. So Chase Berry gonna get 4th. Steven Sims looking like he's gonna fix some damage, come off 5th.
Might as well.
Yep. Take the opportunity to do it. So. And speaking of taking opportunities, we're going to take this opportunity to go to another quick commercial break, but don't go away. We'll be right back. We're back alive to Dover International Raceway here in Dover, Delaware. Check temperature right now, 105 degrees, 1.02 miles. Nicknamed the Monster Mile. As I've already seen it bite quite a few people out here today. 5 cars left from a lap out of the 11 that started, so 6 of them have been wrecked. Only 2 crashes so far, one for a spin by the 7 machine involving the 13, and another one for a stage 1 end, which went to Justin Wilson. So as pace car makes a half turn down on the pit lane, we wait for Justin Wilson to kick off stage 2. Wait for him to get on a loud pedal. There he goes. Green flags back in the air. Oh! Jim Ott.
11 and 8 got massive wheel spin.
Massive wheel spin from second on back, it looks like. Jim Ott.
The 50 car. So Steven will take third from that, and Jeffries will take second from that.
Jim Ott went from second to fourth, and I restart alone.
This hurts Chase the most.
Oh, there's some contact right there for third between the 6 and the 8. Meanwhile, Chase Perry, I feel all the way back to 5th. We'll be fine. We'll be behind the field.
And the 8 car will pass the 6.
Jim Ott, Ron Steven Sims, but he's still got 1.5 second gap back to Justin Wilson after. And I think that call by Jeffrey Meyer to let the 8 by on pit road is a pretty good call since the outside lane has pretty bad wheel spin. So.
And he's also catching the 58.
But he's got to be careful not to do what he did last time and burn up his tires early, because we saw how well it worked out for him.
Maybe he can learn his lesson from it.
Either that, his goal is just to try to get around him and pull out to big of a lead as possible. It's always also an option.
Well, these guys do actually. These guys are most likely going to go 40 plus laps on their tires, since I don't doubt caution will come out till the end of the stage. So tire management will play big on this one.
Definitely. As yeah, I see the 50 machine all the way back with the 58. Meanwhile, don't look.
Car's on its way.
Yeah, don't look too closely. Here comes Jim Ott and that number 8 machine looking to try to make some noise.
This is what Jim Ott wants to see.
Well, I know what he wants to see. He wants to see himself run that 50 machine as soon as possible to try to catch that 58, but
the 58 running hit the perfect line, and the 50 and the 8 can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, top 3 all closer kind of together. And the 58 is kind of in the proper position. He can pretty much save his tires as much as he wants to and just kind of maintain that lead because of how hard it is to pass here. It looks like Jeff Meyer, he's going to be kind of let the 8 machine Jim Ott by. So Jim Ott, Jeffrey just kind of, that's just a nice thing to do and became part of a race. You know that the guy behind you is faster. Might as well, let him on by. And
that might cost Jeffrey. That might be a costly move.
Jim Ott, again, he's also probably burned his tires up after that, really bad wheel spin in the restart. He went all the way back to 4th there, and, he charged back up to the field, but he's really killing his tires as he tries to catch the 58 machine.
Dover really known for those wheel spins at the start. Doesn't matter what car you drive, Rock, Xfinity, or Cup. Wheel spin is inevitable.
Yep, concrete tracks do that to you, so.
And it looks like Justin is pulling away a little on Jim. Just as I say that, he gains.
I think he's really charging hard, though, and I think, Justin, he has a plan. He likes to kind of, take it easy in the first part of the stage and then just kind of gets a little bit, picks up his pace a bit more and more and more until he finally gives up the full sum pretty much, and he doesn't care too much about his tires, but
most likely before the end of the stage, they will most likely catch up to Roy and Blaze tandem, so they might deal with some lap traffic.
Yeah,
That's how badly damaged they are.
Those two, they're battling right now in turn 1, side by side, while the field's in turn 3, so should not take too long.
The 8's right there. Just can't do it. Can't ever do anything just because of how Dover is.
And yeah, it's to CJ Peril. Next week is Charlotte, so after that it goes Pocono, Michigan. So Jeffrey Meyer now kind of catch back up to the the 8 machine now.
The 58 is starting to pull again from the 8.
Jeff Meyer around P3 right now. Kind of all separated by a half second. Got a half-second gap between first and second, half-second gap between second and third. And then a pretty large gap back to the 4th place, which is Steven Sims. So about 4.5-second gap. So
another 5 to 10 laps, they will start reaching some lap traffic.
So we have just 29 laps left to go here in stage 2.
The 8 caught up to the 58, but can the 8 do something though? That's the real question. And also the 11 is down pit road.
Chase Berry, yeah, going a lap down here. Trying to short pit. The question is, will everybody actually have to pit?
This might be a costly move. I don't see caution as being a big factor in this race.
It's going to be interesting. He now goes 2 laps down. If he gets a caution right now, it's going to really hurt him. But, I don't know. I mean, if these guys do have to pit, then it works out good for him a little bit. I mean, he's so far back, it don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. But otherwise, if they can make it to the end of the stage, which I'm pretty sure they can, since they made it the majority of the way for the first stage. Granted, there was a caution involved in that, but
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Coming up to just 25 laps left to go here in stage 2. I'm pretty sure
well, I
they
guess
can
if you're
make
that
it,
far back, you might as well try something.
if they have to pit, then absolutely, just try to gain a spot at the most to get 1 bonus point, since,
Man, this car is really struggling. He lifts a lot in the turns. Either he's really tight and just can't do anything with it.
Old tires.
Or that.
Old tires are a struggle anywhere, but especially at a track like Dover, every single lap you feel like you're going to hit that wall because it just comes out and bites you. It's really, really tough to keep focused and, just...
And that 8 car.
Yeah, Jim Ott, he's still not letting that 58 get too big of a gap. Still trying to stay in that mirror, hoping he can pressure him to a mistake. Meanwhile, he started there in the frame. The 23 and the 2 up there might play a role into this. We have just 23 laps left to go here to stage 2. They're actually side by side up there, so this is going to get really interesting now.
The main question is, do they have to pit?
Here comes for Atchison in the way a little bit. They're going to move it around him. Here comes Jim Ott now looking at the bottom.
Now that lap traffic I was talking about earlier, it may play a part.
So Roy Atchison, he gets last by the top 2. You know, Jeff Meyer gonna try to find out my nothing. They're so damaged, they're so short on the straightaways.
The 23 goes up high.
Place Sam
right on the 58 bumper.
Up top is actually gonna hurt Jim Ott more than it will to 58 because he had to go down low and exit right there. You know, Jeff Meyer also gets by him pretty safely, so they're all good. As we're coming up to 20 laps left to go
and
here.
11 passes the 6 car of Steven Sims.
Except for position, however, since Chase Berry, he's still 2 laps down for making that pit stop, which not quite sure if that's going to pay off or not, but
he is gaining on them though because of the fresh tires he has.
Yeah,
and the 6 car goes down pit road.
Oh, Steven Sims gonna pit here.
He'll most likely get a black flag for speeding or just not entering properly. Be interesting to see what happens to him.
So we have 19 laps left to go here to stage 2. 2 of the guys in the back have already pitted, which means that Chase Berry should be ahead of the 6 car since he, you know, got his 2 laps back from him. So Chase Berry should come out 4th here. All depends also if the 6 machine got black flagged or not.
I think the 6 car did get a black flag.
And yeah, Dover's Dover's a really tricky track to try to pit because you have to try to enter way down low, and then you have that sharp apron to turn onto. Then you got a pit road wall that sticks out right there, and it's a tough pit road entry to get onto.
He went in entering at 46 miles per hour, so he will be most likely caught speeding.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 35 miles an hour if I'm not mistaken. So there it goes. He's gonna exit. But you might see him
just
back
entered
down.
late. He entered in pit road really late, but he's still ahead of Barry.
Oh, here goes Jeffrey Martin on pit road. He was drifting coming in right there. See, I guess these guys will have the pit. Jeff Martin, he's in a pit, but was drifting. Coming down on the pit road there. That's interesting.
I don't know. He may have sped. We'll have to figure out. So to me, it looked like he went in at 47, but we don't know.
I'm pretty sure the pit road speed is either 45 or 35, somewhere around there.
I think it's 35. But I don't know. Be interested to find out what happens.
Actually, it is 35 and we're from practice, so yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, say, if they're doing 40 like that in the pit road, they're going to get black flag for sure, so. You know, Chase Berry, he passes Steven Sims for that 4th spot.
But Steven Sims, first
Blaze Tatum's going to pit here as a lap car. So 15 laps left to go here in stage 2. Just Wilson continues to lead a half second over Jim Ott. Jeff Meyer, he's in P3 now, 2 laps down. After he pitted. Again, questionable as to whether or not he got black flagged. You see, 11 to 6.
I know that 6 had to be black flags from that.
11 and 6 continuing to battle here. He's been staying out though for 3 laps, so it's still counting as laps, so I guess not. Wait,
Jeffrey Meyer is in 5th now, so his did not go very well.
And he's gonna get passed by Chase Berry and Steven Sims, so I guess he stayed out a little bit too long. That might be something that strikes these guys if they can't make it to the end. 13 laps to go here in stage 2.
This might be good for Chase Berry and Steven Sims, because they are catching the 8 car of Jim Alt and Justin.
Oh yeah, they're right there. They come down low on the Jim Ott. And how many laps left to go here in the stage? These guys, even though they short pitted it, usually what happens when you short pit is you pit earlier, you get fresh tires when everybody else is on old tires, you gain a lot of time, but then you're going to be on old tires when everybody else pits. So if you can do it towards the end of the race, like or end of the stage, like what they're doing right now, it's going to really benefit them because that means the guys who pit aren't going to be able to do anything. Meanwhile, Steven Sims.
The 6 is going to pass the 11 here.
Steven Sims got
down.
down.
6 does have fresher tires, so.
Yeah, that's just.
And he'll make that pass.
That's a prime example right there of just short pitting. You know, Chase Berry's first run of pitted several laps before Steven Sims. Steven Sims is going to pit after. Lost time to begin with, but now he's gaining time. Gets one of his laps back now from Justin Wilson, which means if Justin has the pit, Steven Sims is going to be en route to this stage victory. So.
I'm shocked that they didn't get black flag. That's interesting to me.
10 laps to go here in stage 2. Meanwhile, Chase Berry still stuck behind Justin Wilson. So yeah, I mean, we saw Steven Sims. He was struggling earlier, and somehow, you know, he came out of this.
He is in third and is only 1 lap down. So the caution were to come out now, he would get a lap back. So this is not a loss for him.
Actually, if the caution comes out right now, that might just benefit him, because that would trap Chase Berry and Jeffrey Meyer a lap down. So that'll keep him.
They all got their lap back, so it
was Chase Berry. He's gonna go around. So he's gonna get one of his laps back. And it looks like Justin Wilson might be pitting here. Yes, he does. Just Wilson gonna head to pit road. Jim Mott gonna stay out, however. As you see him slow down here, 39 miles an hour. 40. I guess the pit road entrance is actually well in there. He slowed down at 35 right at that line, so I'm guessing it's pretty long pit entrance, apparently.
I thought it was the yellow line. I thought it was the white line.
So here comes Jim Ott now down pit road, which... Oh, no, he missed pit road! Jim Ott misses pit road!
Ooh, that's going to hurt him.
That's going to cost him a lot of time, and if that doesn't prove to you right there how tough this pit road entrance is to get to, that one of your top containers, who, you know, he's top container every single week, just missed pit road by quite a bit at Dover.
And I guess you could somehow speed and not get a penalty like the 6th car did. It's still mind-blowing how much fast he went, but not get a penalty.
So here comes Jim Ott, going to try to re-pit again here. So you see him come in. Oh, he almost spun.
Will take the lead. He will still have the lead.
Oh, wow. This
is going to hurt Jim Alt a lot.
So just Wilson going to maintain the lead somehow. Maybe a 2-tire pit stop. Not quite sure.
I think it just took 4, but just Jim had that bad entrance pit road, which cost him a lot of time.
Well, I'm talking about Steven Sims, though, because it takes about 2 laps here to pit. Steven Sims got one of his laps back, and then some, so I figured he would come with the lead, but maybe not.
This hurt Jeffrey Meyer a lot, since now he won't get his lap back.
Yeah, Jeffrey Meyer...
He'll still be 1 lap down, and he won't get that lucky dog.
There goes Jim Ott off pit road. No, I think Jeffrey Meyer is going to lead a lap still. Yeah, he's going to lead a lap here.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Just took me a while for it to refresh.
Yeah, I think it's because Jim Ott...
everyone to gain a position but Jeffrey.
Actually, Jim Ott might maintain the lead. I'm not quite sure. I want to see when it comes across the line here. Scoring's kind of messed up right now, but we're going to see... Nope, he's not. He's actually... Yep. He's better go a lap down.
He lost? Yeah.
Oh, no, he got on Jeffrey Meyer. He got on Jeffrey Meyer, so it's P4 right now. But Steven Sims up here, P2. Didn't really see that coming. As he was struggling.
Someone who was last place is now in 2nd place.
Yeah, he was last place for the pit stops, and so good pit stop you know, sequence for Steven Sims. Went from 5th to 2nd, so and he's actually 2 seconds back. So
he entered it really fast and not get a penalty, which really benefited him.
Let's see him crack the throttle entry right there. Make sure it doesn't hit the wall. So coming around to just 3 laps to go here in stage 2, a cautionless stage. And you just see how close they're coming to the wall right there.
And Jim Alt is gonna get passed by Jeffrey Meyer.
Jeffrey Meyer.
So Jim went from 2nd to last.
So yeah, see a sequence here. Steven Sims went from 5th to 2nd. Jim Ott went from 2nd, now getting passed by Jeffrey Meyer to go back to 5th. So. And you hear the 6er just playing with the throttle. And actually, I do think Just Wilson, he definitely took 2 tires and none at all, because Steven Sims is actually catching him even on kind of old tires. So.
Well, it makes sense. The stage is almost over. Why not take 4? You can just take it out of the stage, and everyone else has to come down. So.
Yeah, good call by him, because we did see, you know, Jim Ott, he took 4 tires, and he ended up, now 5th. So, a good call with Just Wilson to maintain this you know, lead to try to win the stage as we're on the final lap here. Good call by him, because we thought for sure, you know, Steven Sims was going to come out with it, but it's a strategy with Justin Wilson going to get him a second ahead of Steven Sims, and trying to go for the cycle here. This comes off turn 4, going to cross that finish line, wait for the caution flag to come out. There it is. So yeah, Just Wilson going to pick up stage 2 victory. Steven Sims, Chase Berry P3, Jeffrey Meyer, and then Jim Ott crosses the start-finish line.
And I go Blaze Tatum P6 and Roy Atchison P7, all laps down.
So Blaze Tatum, first car a lap down, which is 25 laps down. So
They do still need one more green flag pit stop for the next stretch.
yeah, now now we've actually seen how long they can go on fuel. They can only go about 40-ish laps. So they're gonna have to pit as we have a 75 lap or 70 lap run rather, because fast caution lap. So.
And Justin cannot take 2 tires or no tires. He must take 4 for that green flag stop. We have a long stretch.
And yeah, you might see Jim Otta. He might take 2 tires since he just pitted for 4 fresh tires. He's a fast car looking to try to get some track position. I don't think Chase Berry and Steven Sims are gonna do it since they pitted so long ago. But Jim Otta pitted pretty recently.
Wouldn't suggest Jim doing it, but he might.
You never know. Track position can be pretty key, so it might
just
just
be
do
that
that.
long term though.
Yeah, on run.
That long term effect. You'll struggle later on in the run. I don't think it's viable.
I don't think he's going to do it, but I mean, you never know. Some strategy works out, some strategy does not. You never know what some guys do. Sometimes, sometimes you don't have the fastest car and you're in bad spot track position-wise. You might as well just try to pull some strategy call and hope for the best. We're going to see here as he drops the jack on the right side. Nope, he's going to take 4 tires as everybody else, so. Just Wilson going to fall off first. Steven Sims second. Chase Berry third. Jim Ott comes off fourth. Jeff Meyer going to fall back to fifth. Actually, still not even out of his pit stall, so must be getting some damage fixed and whatnot, but.
It's going to hurt Jeffrey. He's going to lose position, but this might help him. He will be on the inside.
That's another thing. Yeah, we saw him do that last time. He waited for Jim Ott to go by him at the line so he can get the inside lane, which has less wheel spin and is also faster, so could be a strategy call. As we're going to go this time now side by side for most likely the last commercial break of the night, and as we also have the last caution of the night. Look away, we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back now to Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series Racing from the Atchison Speedway, sponsored by Proper Arts Accessories, along with Sue Serenus, with fish partners to Atchison Motorsport Xfinity Series. So, by the green flag here after completion of Stage 2, picked up by none other than Justin Wilson. Green flag back in the air. Jeffrey Meyer did not go. Jeffrey Meyer did not get going very well, but
the 6 got late wheel spin.
Must be
and
just
the 11 is
shifting.
side by
So
side with the 6.
Chase Berry not underneath Steven Sims with Jim Ott looking on from behind. Meanwhile, Justin Wilson, he is gone into the sunset.
And Justin is just gone.
Here goes Chase
and
Berry.
11 will take second.
Chase Berry clears Steven Sims. So there's some tire spin out there. Oh yeah, Blaze Tam gonna go around, and also Roy Atchison. They both wrecked. Couple of lap cars, and since there's not much racing going on right now, I take the back as they're bound.
2 lap cars managed to wreck each other.
I want to take a look back at what happened between them two.
That's actually kind of funny. Oh, the 2 hit the wall and just... Okay. What a wreck.
Kind of what we saw earlier. Alright, 2 hit the wall, 23 nowhere to go, and yeah, and somehow there's no caution for that.
The 23's car was just great.
Kind of like how they wrecked before, actually.
That was funny, actually. Oh, I love iRacing physics. As you see here, everyone is single file. Justin with a good lead.
Nah, actually, they're kind of catching him a bit though. I think he's still trying to pull a tire saving strategy. Meanwhile, Jeff Meyer looks underneath Steven Sims. He's gonna get that P4
and he
spot.
Will make that pass. From second to last. I wonder if Justin's starting to save his tires a little.
Yeah, maybe he's kind of learned after this 3rd stint that, you know, or 4th stint rather. Maybe going so hard isn't quite so good early on, but we feel kind of getting bunched up now as Just Wilson continues to save his tires out of the lead as we still have 66 laps left to go. So again,
we know they will have to make one more pit stop. So.
Yeah, they can go about 40 laps on a tank of gas before they have to pit. So with a 70 lap run, they can even pit a short pit about 5-10 laps early. So
I don't think short pitting is gonna really happen. So I think that'll be too much of a risk. But you know what? You never know.
Some guys in the back again too, like you know, Steve Sims, like we did last time. Even you know, Jeffrey Meyer. Sure, some of those guys are gonna try it, but
the main question: who is gonna be that guy that takes 2 tires? That's gonna be the real question in this race. Who's gonna take up 2 tires?
I don't really know if anybody's gonna do that since, you know, we're gonna have long green flag run here, even after they pit, because like, you know, last time we saw just supposed to need strategy because there's only about 5 laps left to go in the stage after he came off pit road. So, you know, he knew that he'd have big enough of a gap to, you know, to come back out and still hold that lead. Whereas now, once you pit, you're going to have about a 30-lap run, almost an entire run after that run. So I think it was going to be coming down for 4 tires, screening for him, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. And almost at 23 and 2 may not get back out on track.
Oh yeah, they had heavy damage, but they're not racing anybody anymore. There's P6, P7, so I think they were pretty satisfied.
Actually, this is not being a caution-free race, so now it's gonna be in. How did the green flag pit stops are gonna probably win this race?
Most likely. Never know what Miles Monster's gonna strike, but meanwhile, here comes Jim Ott underneath Chase Berry. Almost some contact right there. So 11 pinched him down. Meanwhile, Chase Berry is looking all the back bumper of Justin Wilson.
I wonder if you gotta be the 6 car if you're thinking to yourself, maybe I should start saving my tires a little for the later run. Since everyone's basically right near each other.
Yeah, but it's kind of being aggressive trying to get the lead from Justin Wilson's. But again, he's saving tires like he's been doing all night long. Saving tires early on the run for later in the race as we have 60 laps left to go here to finish off this one.
Very interesting battle for the lead here. This is the most racy anyone ever got, really, so far this race.
As here comes Chase Berry, he's looking. Now Lego Chevrolet Camaro. He's looking to take that thing to the top of the charts right now, but he's got to get around that 58 machine first. The charges hard on the corner. You definitely see though he's really burning his tires up. You can just tell by his line, and when he lifts off the throttle, whatnot. And that's something that, you gotta be, that's something you gotta really focus on as a driver. You see that lead, you want to go for it, and even myself, I do it all the time. You see that lead, you want to go for it, you try to charge towards it, but in reality, especially when you can't even pass the guy and you're stuck behind him, you're just burning your tires up, and you're gonna be really slow as the run goes on, which is a struggle that all drivers pretty much face. So that's something you gotta do really good as a driver, is to save tires. If you want to, win races and long clean flag runs, saving tires is key.
Especially in a race like this where you don't have much people left and cautions don't really come out.
Yeah, and it's a tough track like this at Dover, and you're really eating your tires up. So if you can save your tires, you're really fast in the long run. Really, especially at tracks like this and like Atlanta and. So yeah, the top four still kind of benched up here. Steven Sims kind of falling back there a bit. Currently riding P5. And we're taking this opportunity now to look at weather. Or track weather, 78% or 78 degrees Fahrenheit, air temperature, wind speed.
And the 11.
Oh, bumping right for the lead.
Get out of the way. The 11 will take the lead.
Chase Berry, an aggressive move, bumps the leader. Just Wilson out of the way. Kind of got second tire riding behind him there, bumping him up the track. He's going to go and by to the race lead, but Just Wilson, I'm sure, won't be too happy about that. Might just use the same move again. I mean, I don't know. Just Wilson, really clean racer. We saw him get bumped out of the way by, I think, maybe Jamont at Texas a few weeks ago, and went on by and passed him back cleanly, so.
I wish it wasn't a bump and dump. It was a perfect bump and run.
Yeah, pretty.
But with a 58, think differently of that.
Classic.
Happy with that.
Classic move right there with Chase Berry. Unfortunately, now he's got the 58 all over the back bumper of his car now. And I'm sure 11's looking up that mirror more than he's looking out his windshield right now. He knows that you know, what he did to the 58.
Justin's probably going to do it back.
Yeah, you never know. It could always come back. I don't think Justin will. I mean, he's a clean racer, and I'm sure I'm probably going to say that and eat my words, but. And it's not.
I actually would do it back near the end of the race.
Yeah, it's not like it's a really dirty move as we have 50 laps left to go here. It's not like it's a really dirty move. I mean, NASCAR classic bump and run, especially at short tracks like this, but. I don't know.
It's not dirty, but it's just. I don't think 58 wants it to get. I don't think the 58 wanted it to happen.
Obviously not. As actually he's down under fire from Jim Ott now for P2, so that's exactly what Chase Berry wants to see. Because obviously the 58 machine, he's been the fastest car all night long. So if he can get the 8 around the 58, and hold up the 58 even more, so he can try to pull away. Obviously with his best run of the season, pretty much. We saw him.
I think the 58. It's gonna come back though.
Okay, he's charging back up there. I think again he's just trying to save his tires, and now he's starting using them up again. He's just right there. He's able to run a lower line and chase right there. So he's coming in a hurry.
We will have to pit like around lap 140 to 150.
Yeah, so only about 10 laps away. About 10 laps away, probably from when the pit window opens.
Now the question is, since short pitting helped Steven Sims last time, will he do it again? That's the big question here.
To be or not to be? You see, Just Wilson gets a good run right here out of turn 2. Does he do anything with it? Nope, gonna do some bump drafting at Dover. I think he's kind of just letting know, hey, I'm here. I don't like the move you made earlier. I might just make the same move.
And the 8 car, and nope.
And he's definitely, right now, that's another thing you want to do. You want to get right behind some driver, and you want to make him look at the mirror and mess up. As you see right there, 11 goes with the track just a bit. That's something you do as a racer. You got to push people into a mistake. I mean, I don't know if anybody here watches IndyCar, but a couple weeks ago, or last week at Detroit, we saw, Scott Dixon pressure his teammate into a mistake, and that's something you gotta do as a racer. You gotta get somebody.
Not to correct you there, but it wasn't Scott Dixon. It was Ryan Hunter, right?
That's true. Yes. Yeah, Scott Dixon won the Saturday race. That's why. But I should just shut up now. I don't watch IndyCar that much, so sue me. But
the pressure.
Pressure, yeah, that's the key topic.
The pressure of 58 get to the 11 car, and will he mess up and lose 2 positions possibly?
Hey, never know. Jim Mont, he's right there behind the 58, looking to, try to watch these guys get side by side and maybe, pounce on it. As you see the 11, he made a mistake right there at turn 2, got kind of tight. Here comes Justin. It'll bump to the back bumper once again. Knocking on his door. And you see right there, it just keeps getting tight out of turn 2, and that's just what those old tires do to you. Especially on the exit. You can be pretty good on entry and middle, but on exit, that's what it really shows. But 58 stood up a bit right there. 58 stood up a bit. Jim Mont, just kind of also trying to pressure the 58 and a mistake. I mean, doesn't usually happen too often, but I think, the 11 gets really bad turn 2 exit. He's right there again, he had to let off the gas. Turn 4 isn't too bad for him, but turn 2, he really just, you can see right there, he loses a lot of time. I'm not quite sure why. Pretty soon.
58 has the run here.
Here comes Justin.
You just can't do anything with it right now.
As they're coming around this time by at 40 laps to go, and pit window is going to open here pretty shortly. Justin Wilson, I think he's going to be
first one coming down.
Yeah, that's also another thing. And also when you punch up, here comes Justin. They're side by side. I think that Justin's going to have him right here. Maybe not. 11 gets to run on the outside, going to clear him. But again, turn 2. Excuse me. Turn 2 is a bad corner for Chase, since my voice is dead.
It's a very competitive battle over here. Jim Alt, must love that, and now he's going to start gaining on them since they're just going side by side and very, very competitive. This race got very interesting now. And the key word now is going to be pitch strategy. No matter what, these guys are being top 5 no matter what happens, so you might have to try something.
Just Wilson continues to ride behind Chase Berry here. As I got a Gatorade, so I'm all good.
Jim Alt is falling back a little, but still strong fight between 11 of Chase Berry and Justin 58.
Yeah, I gotta give credit to Chase Berry. He made that bumper run early on, and he's able to hold him off for now. I mean, we've seen, we saw, I'm not quite sure who got by him earlier. Maybe Chase Berry, Jeffrey Meyer actually, I think it was. He let him by, and then he got right back by him. So Chase Berry doing a great job holding that lead for now.
And Jeffrey Meyer does come down pit road to start.
And Steven Sims. Steven Sims also coming down pit road now.
And the 58 and 11 are side by side.
And Just Wilson goes around Chase Berry.
Is going to clear Chase Berry.
Right before pit stops happen, got a change for the race lead. Meanwhile, Steven Sims.
The window is open.
Yeah, Steven Sims.
Very interesting.
Steven Simmons on pit road, Jeff Meyer on pit road. So we got three cars all up here battling for the lead, and we'll wait for them to pit. As Justin Wilson's gonna pit this time by.
And Justin's going down pit road, and so is the 8.
Jim Ott also pitting here. And a little bit sideways there for Jim.
And
Coming in.
The last one out.
Jeff Meyer gonna come off pit road now. Chase Berry continue to stay out. He short pitted the last time.
Come down.
Yeah, he's gonna need to pit right here.
One lap, fresher tires.
If he does not lose time, I think he's gonna come down right here. Yep, he's slowing down.
He is. Now it's gonna be pit entrance. Can you do a good job? And he does a great pit road entry.
Yeah, good pit stop entry by him. That's gonna be very key as to if he comes off, because again he's right behind Just Wilson when he pitted, so gonna be interesting.
Justin did not have a good entrance.
Just installing pit road actually, so for a 14-second pit stop for Justin Wilson and a 15-second pit stop for Jim Ott. So that's a really slow pit stop for them. You know, Jeff Meyer, he gets his lap back along with I believe, yeah, Steven Simmons.
Needs a really good pit stop here.
Chase Berry still on pit road.
I do think he will lose first place to Justin.
Comes off pit road here. Is ahead of them, but here comes Just Wilson. Yep, Just Wilson going by. So yeah, he's gonna lose the lead right here. So
He's gonna lose a couple. He's gonna lose some time.
Oh yeah, he fell back to third here, and he's well back. So that's disappointing for him.
And I can't even say that one lap fresh tires ain't gonna do anything for him.
Yeah, one lap fresh tires isn't. I mean, not even a lane that's gonna make much of a difference. So fortunate turn of events for him is he's now 2.5 seconds back. Really sucks. He's having the best run of the season so far, running up there bound for lead for quite a while. Looking to be a contender after qualifying second, but
and there's nothing he could have predicted about that pit stop. Since he was in the lead, he couldn't do anything really about it. He couldn't come down when they were coming down. Pretty sure if he did, he would.
Yeah, then in fact, you know, he was kind of just pinched in between him and Justin and also Jim. So he couldn't really come down on those. He'd probably just get, you know, involved in like a wreck between them. But meanwhile,
yeah,
while Chase falls out, Jim Ott now. Oh, actually, he tagged the wall right there. Jim Ott's gonna get up here into the race, or in contention for the race lead, rather.
This is going to be very interesting. It's going to be the 50 of Justin Wilson versus the 8 of Jim Ott. This race, it looks like, if a caution doesn't come out. Because the 11 of Chase Berry is going to be way too far back to do anything to fight for this win now. Yeah,
he's charging. He's trying to come back up here, but there's no way. He's 2.5 seconds back. It's going to be a massive drive if he can actually do that. But with 29 laps to go here, just don't see it happen.
And it sucks to have a good run like him, but he always get less on laps and did it, and got a really good stage finish.
Yeah, I mean sometimes you have a good fast car, good race going, it's a payoff, but definitely a motivation booster, and gets you some experience racing the guys up here in the front. And meanwhile, Jim Ott catching Justin Wilson again. I think Justin, again, like I said a million times, this race just with that strategy of saving tires early on the run, whether it costs him the race lead or not. That's going to give him the speed on the end of the run, so. And that's going to set up a pretty good finish between these two guys, because, as we saw last time.
Will Jim Alt do what Chase did to Justin? Will he bump and run Justin for first place?
He's done it before. If I'm not mistaken, he did it at Texas about 4 weeks ago, so. You never know what could happen here. And it's going to be interesting if Justin continues to save his tires, because if Jim passes him, we might see what happened last run between him and between Justin and Chase, and that they were racing pretty hard there. So if that's what comes down to at the end here, it'd be pretty exciting. But looks like right now Justin pulling away just a bit. As looks like you actually have the lap car of Jeffrey Meyer now in 5th place. He's gonna go a lap down, so he might play a role in this battle between these two leaders right now.
But don't look now. Chase Berry did catch a little. He did gain on them. So if they keep battling, he may actually still have a chance.
Yeah, he's gained about 9/10 since he pitted. And if these guys get side by side and they keep swapping the lead back and forth, you might just see as the 8-car blinks out for her. Hopefully he's gonna return back to the racetrack. Uh-oh. Jim Ott might have lost connection. Well, that changes everything.
This changes the race.
Yeah, Jim Ott,
completely.
I think just lost connection because he's not returned back. He's already been a lap, so... Well...
This is pretty much going to give Justin Wilson basically the... Oh, wait, no, never mind. Dude, Jim Ott back.
He just decided to skip a lap, I guess, but... Jim Ott returns back to the racetrack, returns back to Earth, and is gonna...
He is a lap down, though.
Oh, wow.
I'm confused on what happened.
This is a... I mean, iRacing telling us he's a lap down. It's gonna be interesting to see if race officials change that, since it was obviously some kind of glitch.
I think it was just got a lag or something, but...
Yeah, it was very odd. He disappeared for an entire lap, so he's being put a lap down. In 4th place right now.
It isn't really fair, because if Alt does not get a lap back, then basically Justin Wilson will win this race.
Yeah, unless the caution comes out. But I mean,
headed to 20 laps to go now.
Yeah, coming to 20 to go. 20 miles left of racing.
But it feels really bad for Jim Alt, though.
I do believe, just stuff past races and stuff that's happened before, I think that they will give him 2nd place. And if not, that's definitely heartbreaking, but yeah, it was very odd. I've never seen it before. Usually when they disappear that long, it's you know, they've lost connection, but like he lost connection, just came right back after a lap, so.
But you know what? At least he gets a top 5 finish still, if it does not count. If it counts, if he finished 4th.
Well, either way, he's gonna fit in top 5 anyway, because it's 5 cars left on the track, so.
I'm curious if a caution will come out, but I don't think it will.
Actually, 4 cars left, or 3 cars left on the lap technically, but 5 cars on track. Jeff Meyer fished to the lap down. Jim Ott being scored a lap down, so questionable or not, he will be put a lap down, but...
Very interesting.
Meanwhile, Justin Wilson has a 2.5-second gap now over Chase Berry.
And he also spaced out. Justin also spaced out with the 8-car of Jim Alt. So Justin's running a really good race right now. He's pretty much been perfect the whole day.
Yeah, looking to try to complete the cycle, win the stage 1, win the stage 2 in the race. We've seen him do it before. In his first career start at Auto Club, we saw him do it at Bristol. Even saw him do it, I believe, at Richmond. And he almost did it at Texas, but missed qualifying, so he had to come second to the first stage with Jim Ott. But been very strong ever since he joined the series back at Auto Club. He's won every race he's been in except for last week at Talladega, where he came P3. And he's also won all but 1 stage since he joined, so... dominant performance. He needs to try to gain back some points from points to Jim Ott, since he missed the first 4 races, so...
At least Roy and Blaze had him well. He's gained some points, saying there's nothing a major loss for them after they wrecked early.
Yeah, Blaze Tatum.
They at least gained.
Blaze Tatum, he's in P6, Rogers in P7. I'm not quite sure if they're going to get stage points or not, but either way, not bad, as 11 cars started the event. Actually, 10 cars.
At least they continued and gained positions from where they just initially wreck out.
I mean, even though they wrecked, it doesn't really affect them, because again, they're not going to gain any positions anyhow, so not a huge deal for them, but...
So Jim Ott is going to be 2nd place. He is... And Avon is pretty spaced out.
Chase Berry is kind of falling back. I think he was trying to charge and gain back the time he lost, but just killed his tires, and now he's falling back. So, only thing they can hope for now is a caution. Something that Justin Wilson definitely does not want to see, but I'm sure the entire rest of the field does. And, yeah, when we were interviewing Justin last week at Talladega after finishing P3, he said that this was one of his favorite racetracks, so...
And it's being proven today.
Yeah, he's definitely proven it here tonight, so... Of course, based off of performance, I mean, I don't know what track isn't his favorite racetrack, so... And also next week we head to Charlotte. Going back to a mile and a half for the first time in quite some time.
We are under 10 laps to go here at Dover.
Yep, 9 laps to go. Justin Wilson smooth sailing out front. Just gotta bring that 58 machine home. You know, wrap himself up his 5th win out of last 6 races. So, just dominant performance again ever since he, started racing Auto Club. Oh, Jim Mont got on the wall a bit there. Coming to turn 4. As we continue to ride on board with him.
We may see 11 fight for 2nd place with Jim Alt.
And Jim Mont, I don't know, he's quite a ways ahead of him. I don't think it's gonna happen unless the the 8. He gets tight, hits the wall a couple more times, or maybe he gets a little bit loose. Otherwise, I think he's pretty much wrapped up 2nd place, unofficially. That is. No, 8 machine in the wall again.
And the 11 is
5
right
to go.
there.
Yeah, 5 laps to go. Chase Berry looking to try to make a late charge here for 2nd place. If it is, in fact, 2nd place. Says, yeah, 8 machine really struggling right now. Chase is going to have him here.
So Chase Berry could get 2nd place here now. So I guess it isn't a total loss. Yeah, that 8 car, man, he's really struggling.
4 to go. Yeah, I think Jim Mont just really, really struggling. As Chase, whoa, go down the apron there and still kept the straight, pulls the inside of Jim Mont. Looks like he's going to shoot him by him here.
They're side by side here for 2nd place.
He's coming off turn 4. Ooh.
Chase Berry gets it.
Chase Berry at the P2 now. 3 laps to go. He's still 3.5 seconds back behind Justin Wilson, so. And well, Steven Sims is 13 seconds back all by himself. Jeffrey Meyer a lap down in P5. But up front, Justin Wilson. Putting a whipping on the field here tonight. He's led 147 laps, and if he wins the race, it'll be 149, so all but 26 laps he's led. Pretty fantastic.
Impressive run.
Well, that's not really impressive, that's just dominant. 1 lap to go here from Dover International Speedway.
All we need to do is run 1 more perfect lap.
Through 3 and 4, 15 machine going to be on top of the charts once again for the 5th race out of the last 6. Out of turn 4, Justin Wilson going to pick up the win. Chase Berry gonna come P2. Jim Ott P3. Jeffrey Meyer is a lap down, so he'll pick up 5th as Steven Sims gonna come around in 4th. And there he goes, crosses the line. So Justin Wilson.
Good run.
See Chase Berry gonna, oh, like Jim Ott's gonna beat him to it, and they're all, oh, they just wrecked him. Well, he kept the car clean until now, so I don't think it's gonna matter. It'll pass inspection.
Good running by everyone today.
Yeah, pretty clean race. Just gonna burn it down here at Dover.
He tamed the monster today.
He threw the launch on at the dinner, I think. Oh, there goes the wall.
Oh, that's gonna be a penalty now.
As he's gonna beat his car up so he doesn't fail inspection. We're gonna go to commercial break. We're right back for interviews to the top few finishers. I think so. I think his roof's rear window's dented in.
Oh no.
Calling a hotline and speaking with a stranger about your suicidal thoughts may seem daunting, but there's nothing to worry about. Let's walk through what happens when you call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. When you dial the hotline, your call will go to a center full of volunteers that will ensure you remain anonymous. You may be placed on hold for a few moments while the volunteers finish helping other callers, but they do care about you. Please wait to be patched through. Once a volunteer answers your call, they will let you know that they're there to listen. Be open about your thoughts and feelings. If you seem to be in immediate danger, the volunteer will track down emergency services in your local area. When the volunteer is certain you aren't in immediate danger, they will ask you some questions like these. Do you feel like you can't go on any longer? Do you have a plan? Do you have access to therapy? Answer questions honestly. The volunteers will not be judgmental. They simply want to help you in any way they can. Some people call the hotline to speak with a sympathetic listener more than once. Many callers report later that calling in was extremely helpful. If you are struggling with thoughts of suicide or know someone who is, please call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline now at 1-800-273-8255 and press 1 for military members, veterans, and concerned family and friends.
Alright, welcome back everybody to our Atchison Motorsports Xfinity series. Now, a little bit of a post-race show here. Interview with your top 3 drivers, which are Justin Wilson, Chase Berry, and Jim Ott was credited with 3rd place, just to officially declare it there. So we're going to drag him into the booth first. Jim Ott, do you have a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, Jim, we saw you battling with the 58 machine there a little bit. You had a little bit of a glitch there where you were gone for an entire lap, but Definitely battling there for the lead the majority of the race. Top 3 run majority of the night. Just talk about how your race went there tonight and how the pit stops went.
Yeah, 58 class of the field as usual. We had something for him on those short runs, but on the long runs, he was hard to beat. So I needed to try to get track position on him pretty early and get around, and this never happened. But I had a mishap on the first pit stop, came in a little hot, and missed my pits. Had to come around, and I was out of fuel. I'm glad I was through a stage though, because on the final stage there, the final race, 58 and I executed our pits pretty well on that stop, and became a 1-2 race right there. So overall, pretty happy, and hopefully we have something for him next week.
Yeah, as we head to Charlotte next week, 1.5 miles. So we saw you do pretty well at Texas, the last 1.5 miles we went to. So hopefully you have a good run again at Charlotte. But we saw mostly there, like the 58 usually does, pretty classic. He was trying to save his tires early on. We saw you, Chase, kind of other guys fighting hard to try to get it by him. Just talk about how you knew that maybe you had to save tires, but at the same time try to get around him.
Yeah, that's kind of the trick part of the track and then in this racing. If you can get the track position, it is tough to pass on, and that was my mindset. But really, I needed him to make a mistake, and he never did. And Justin's a hell of a driver, so hats off to him.
Yeah, certainly. And any shout outs want to give?
Oh, absolutely. Paparazzi Jewelers and Roy for putting this league on, and suicide prevention as well.
All right, Jim, thank you for your time, and got his P3. We'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
All right, thank you for what you do up there too, Lucas.
Yep, certainly. Alrighty, so that was your 3rd place finisher there. Jim Ott led 3 laps here tonight, so they made a bonus point for that. Let's go into 2nd place here, Chase Berry. Chase Berry, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, Chase, you saw you there battling with Justin. The only guy, actually, I believe, that was able to get ahead of him, for about 20 laps there. So probably your best run of the season. As you saw, you run up there kind of tending for the lead there until kind of a bad pit stop there kind of put you out of contention there. But still P2 is solid performance for you. Just talk about how your strategy was going there, and the pit stop, we saw you short pit earlier on, and just talk about how you in the 58 race and whatnot.
Yeah, the race is fun and all of that. I kind of got off to a slow start with all the people spinning tires on a restart, just trying to, take it easy, short pitted, just try to make sure I can make it because I'm an idiot and I didn't really fill my tank up. I left it on like 3 gallons, so I had to run it almost out, and I had to pit regardless. I couldn't make it to the end. And then with Justin, it was fun. Passing him, I had to give him a bumper. Just to let him know I was there. I know he hasn't had nobody on him all year. Had to show him what it felt like to actually have somebody behind him.
Well, yeah, it was certainly, you definitely gave him room for his money there quite a while. I mean, it was kind of surprising to, honestly, I think most of the guys, you qualified pretty closely, actually. I think you're the only guy that qualified within a tenth of each other, so you definitely looked like you were going to give him a run for his money. You led about 20 laps there, so that's going to help you. Definitely a motivator booster, if not anything out of this. So, any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I want to thank the sponsors for putting this on and everything, and I do want to give a shout-out to Justin. I know he's a great person and everything. He's trying to teach me and everything going, and Jim off for running clean. We're pretty good all running together, so we trying to make it a show, but I couldn't really. You gotta give it to Justin. He's just so fast, man. He can't really do nothing with it. Yeah,
certainly his 5th win out of the last 6 races. The only one was last week at Talladega where he came 3rd. So, dominant performance by him. And, yeah, we'll see you next week, Chase.
All right, and you ain't got to rub it in that he's won so much. We trying.
Alrighty. Alrighty, so that was Chase Berry, your 2nd place finish in the 11 machine here. Coming up P2 again, probably his best best run of the season. And we're going to go talk to the guy we've seemed to talk to every single week since he joined the series, Justin Wilson. Justin Wilson, do you have a copy?
Oh, yes, sir.
So, yeah, Justin, we saw you once again put on a great show for us. Dominant performance with again. You pulled the cycle, winning every single stage in the race. We did see you have kind of that strategy of early on in the run. You just, you knew that it was a long run. You saved your tires. You maybe even let some guy by, and you just kind of charged back towards the end of the run. Just talk about how you knew you were trying to play that strategy. How you were think about pit strategy? Some guys were short pitting. You stayed out long. I think you took your 2 tires, no tires there to win the first stage. Just talk about how, all kind of played together and how you were able to pick up the win here tonight.
Oh yeah, I mean the first stage it was just a normal race, but like the second stage, I seen people pitting, and I figured we'd just see what happens when we run it out of fuel, see what it handles like for the last run. And I took no tires because I just needed that advantage. Because if I would have took 2 tires there, that would have put me behind everybody, and I'd be chasing. And I'd rather just be them chasing me than on old tires than me chasing them. And they're at the at the beginning of the runs. I mean, there's a lot of fast guys in here, and I just wanted to save my tires because tires are super important here. And like, but there was fast guys who were saving their tires, like Chase and Jim, and the 50. He was running really good, and he was up there. Yeah, definitely fast guy there. But at the end of the race there, I mean, it was going to come down to the pits, because I was riding behind Chase, and I was only slightly faster than Chase, but he was definitely running a very good line. And I knew it was going to come down to pit stops, and we nailed a good pit stop, and that was just just riding it out the rest of the way.
Yeah, certainly, the second stage rather. I gotta give credit to it was a great pit strategy because we were looking at the 6 short pitted after the 11. He came out, it looked like he was gonna win the stage, and out of nowhere, he pulled out a good few seconds ahead of him and actually held on for the stage victory. So, good strategy by you, as typical. We've seen your 5th win out of the last 6 races. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I mean, it's always great to win. I mean, but it was a really good run there between me, Jim, and Chase there at the very end, and it was gonna turn out to be a good show. And I feel like it was. I feel like we had a really good race there at the end, and I mean, it wasn't given to me by no means.
Yeah, it was definitely a good battle there. I mean, Chase, I think, was the only guy. I mean, Jeffrey passed you early on in the race, but Chase really, he got ahead of you, led about 20 laps there, and I was honestly kind of surprised because we knew that you were fastest car all race long. You still led 150 to 175 laps here tonight. So, again, a great run by you, trying to catch Jim Mott, the points leader, after you missed the first 4 races of the season. So, thoughts on next week at Charlotte?
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the 1.5 mile tracks, they're not like my favorite, but because there's just too many of them. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we'll definitely give it a good show.
Yeah, certainly. And we saw you do well at Texas. Again, you won there, so I don't think we're gonna expect to see nothing less too much. And while I think about it, we had the new update on Tuesday. Thoughts on any differences about the new update, especially at the pit road exit line there?
Yeah, that's definitely a weird one. I know when it first came out, it was really sketchy, but I mean, I kind of like it. I mean, that was our original exit anyways. We were supposed to exit off of 2 anyways, so it really didn't make a big impact. I mean, it was about the same. So the aerodynamic packages, I mean, everything kind of feels kind of the same. There's like slight differences. Car's a little bit faster, but all in all, I feel like it still handles the same. So, I mean, it was a pretty good update, I think.
Yeah, certainly. And again, congratulations on the win, Justin, and go celebrate your win.
Yep, thank you.
Alrighty, so that was your race winner for the 5th time in the last 6 races. Like I said, Justin Wilson picked up the race win once again. So now we're going to look at your results here, top to bottom, from Dover. Justin Wilson picks up the win here from Florida. Chase Berry going to run out in P2 again, probably his best run of the season. He ran pretty well at Bristol, but again, to the lead, it was actually contention until kind of a bad late race pit stop there, kind of took him out of it. But Jim Mott comes P3. Steven Sims, he's going to come 4th. Jeffrey Meyer P5. Blaze Tatum 6th, and Roy Atchison 7th.
It's been a good race today, and hopefully Charlotte produces the same.
Yes, sir.
Racing.
And actually, as we go down, 4 cars left in the lead lap. Blaze Tatum, he was 94 laps down. Roy Atchison 107. CJ Gates 8th, 161. Floyd and him 13. They had the accident there in the early part of stage 1. The only actual incident caution we had tonight. Donald Floyd ran at your top 10, and I believe that's your entire field as it is. So, Again, congratulations to the win to Justin. Thank you all for watching tonight's broadcast. Catch us next week at Charlotte Motor Speedway for a mile and a half race there. So it's going to be interesting. Going back to the mile and a half track. It starts at 8:40 p.m. Eastern, as always. So hope to see you there. And again, Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. I'm going to give a quick shout out to its sponsors. We got the Properties Accessories and Suicide Awareness. So again, credit to them for sponsoring the series. Again, thank you all for watching. Signing out.